And we are live on YouTube. Hi YouTubers, hi Instagrammers, and hi Facebookers. Whew, we were doing a bit of running around this morning, setting up. We're going to be moving to a new space soon, so this might be the last class in the bedroom. But welcome back this morning. We are just going to take a moment to settle. So if you can just make yourselves comfortable, sitting cross-legged or heel sitting, closing your eyes and just taking a moment to feel your sitting bones connecting to the floor, resting your hands on your knees wherever feels comfortable, softening the shoulders, lengthening the spine, and just arriving into the space, letting go of all what's been on and going on this morning, and trying to let go of any thoughts of what you might be doing later on this afternoon, and really just find yourself in this moment, connecting in with how your body feels, and maybe without making any judgments, just noticing your feet, your legs connecting to the floor beneath you, the lower part of your body anchoring you to this moment, and finding space in the upper body, lengthen the spine, a softness in the belly, in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the face, the forehead. And we'll start off with our 3 deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose or the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing our hands together. We start off with our little greeting, the goodness in me, in us, sees and honors the goodness in you. Namaste. Namaste. Was that a yawn popping out already? We better get moving. All right, so last week we went to Africa, and today we are off to Europe. Okay, we are in London, in the United Kingdom, in Europe right now. So we're going to be traveling around. Again, as many of us can't be traveling at the moment, we're going to use the wonderful power of imagination. We're also going to use our body and explore various yoga poses. Of course, there's so many amazing countries in Europe we'd like to go and travel to, but we only have half an hour, so we're going to go to some of our favorites, some of the places where I've traveled and where I have some amazing YogaBeez teachers teaching currently. So we're going to pop in and come and say hi to all of you. All right, first of all, as always, we warm up our bodies. I'd like to start off with our immune system again today. Just start off with some tapping, some thymus tapping. So let's just tap our chests. Ah. Just waking up those immune systems, tapping. Ah. Now do a little tapping on the back later on when we get to Italy. So just starting with the chest. Okay, bring the hands out in front of you. Let's just flick those fingers. Maybe squeeze them tight and stretch them out wide. Squeeze them tight, stretch them out wide. Make little fists with the hands and circular movements each way. 3 times and the other way. Placing the palms up towards the ceilings. Let's gently tap onto the shoulders and stretch the arms out wide. Tapping onto the shoulders, stretching the arms out wide. Place your fingers at the front, your thumbs at the back on the shoulders, and we're just going to do circular movements, waking up our shoulders, up the arms, so bringing the elbows together and all the way back. And just shake out the arms, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Now I've been waking up the last couple of mornings with a bit of a stiff back, so I really like to do a bit of back work this morning. So keeping your hands on your knees, we're just going to round our backs like a sitting cat and cow, riding the camel. So making a real hump with your back and then breathing in as we curve the back the other way and look up towards the ceiling. Breathing out as we round the back, and breathing in as we look up towards the ceiling. You might get more of a movement if you're sitting cross-legged doing this one. Might work heel sitting too, but this way we can really curve the back both ways, looking up at the ceiling. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet. Actually, no. Let's bring our arms up towards the sky. Take one hand to the opposite knee. Look over the shoulder behind you, little twist. Breathe in, one hand to the opposite knee. Look over the other shoulder behind you, little twist. Breathe in, and from here we're going to place the hands down on the floor. Glue those sitting bones down and start to walk your hands forward. This gives the back a nice stretch out. So go as far as feels comfortable so that your sitting bones are still connected to the floor. That's it. So wherever feels good, so you get a good stretch on the back. Whichever leg is in front, you're going to walk to the opposite direction. So my right leg is in front. I'm going to walk over to the left and stretch the body out. And then coming back to the center, walk your hands back. Let's swap legs. So whichever leg is in front, your arm bothering you.
Yeah.
Place your feet on the floor in front of you. Take your hands behind you, lift up into tabletop, look along the knees. And then coming down, place the other leg in front. So now my left leg is in front. Bring your hands, interlace them in front of you, push them out. Breathe in as we stretch them up. Let go of the hands, take them behind you. I think Rowan's yawning because he likes to watch himself back in slow motion. We found a video yesterday where he yawned, and we watched it back in slow motion, forwards and backwards, and it did make us laugh quite a lot, didn't it? Right, take your hands behind your back. Open up your chest, open up your heart. Maybe this time when we fold forward, we can bring the arms up slightly behind us, and then let go of the interlace. Bring your hands in front. Walk them forward. Feel the stretch in the back. And this time walking to the opposite direction. Stretching out, stretching out. Come back to the front. Walk the hands back. And we're just going to do a little movement for the neck. So place your hands on your floor, on your knees. And we're going to gently look over the shoulder behind us. Come back to the front. Gently look over the shoulder the other way. Come back to the front. Some of you, I know a fair few of you out there might be feeling a bit of tension in your back and in your neck. This is very probably relative to what is going on at the moment. Pain in the neck, you know, holding it in our back, not feeling supported, maybe feeling a little isolated. So really try and get a lot of movement into those bodies during this time. We can gently take the chin towards the chest. Breathe in and very gently looking up towards the sky, but try not to just throw the head back. Come back to the center, gently take one ear towards the shoulder, side stretch for the neck, back to the center, and let's go the other way. And back to the center. All right, bringing your feet down in front of you, let's just do a little point and flex. And circular movements with the toes, 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other direction. Oh, did you hear that click? Right, from here, squeeze the toes and stretch them out wide. Place the soles of the feet together, holding onto the shins. Let's do a little butterfly pose, stretching out the legs, getting the hip joints and the hip flexors all active and oiled and working this morning. All right. We're going to make our way up for our sun salutation, and then our adventure to Europe begins. Right, so from here, let's come into all fours. Do you remember all fours? Yeah? So placing your hands on the floor, underneath your shoulders, and your knees underneath your hips. And let's just do a couple of cat and cows, rounding the back, looking to your belly button, and then looking straight ahead. Moo. Round your backs, cats. And looking straight ahead. Moo. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up into downward dog. Look at your feet. And then bend your knees. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. And slowly roll yourselves up. We're going to do one sun salutation on each side. So coming to the front of your mats in mountain pose. Arms down by your side. So you come a little bit to the front, otherwise when I fold over, I'll bash into you, trying to avoid each other here. So arms to your side, take a deep breath in. Breathe out, hands together in front of your heart. Breathe in, stretch your arms up, open up to the sky. And then bring your hands together, come down through this midline of your body, folding from your waist. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can place your hands on the floor on either side of your foot. And now this is where being at the front of your mat is important, because now we're going to take a big step back with one foot. Place your back knee on the floor and just look straight ahead for a moment in our runner's lunge. Press your fingers into the floor, take the other foot back and lower your knees, your chest and your chin, gliding through into a low cobra and then pushing up and back into downward dog. Look at your feet. All right, the same foot you step back, you're going to lift up towards the sky, step it all the way forward, back knee on the floor, back into runner's lunge. Step the other foot forward and use your arms and your breath as momentum to bring you up, and then arms down by your side. Let's take a quick hand breath, breathing in and out, in and out. Tracing that finger up and down, up and down. Last one, breath in and breath out. All right, let's do the other side. So, mountain pose, breathe in, breathe out, hands together in front of the heart. Breathing in, stretch the arms up, look up at the sky, and breathing out as we fold from the waist. Step the other foot back into runner's lunge, back knee on the floor. Take the other foot back into plank. Lower your knees, your chest and your chin. Glide your body forward into a low cobra, elbows in. That's a good. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into downward dog. Look at your feet. That leg goes all the way up to the sky. Step it all the way forward. Back knee on the floor, look straight ahead. Bring the other foot forward. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. All right, so here we are. We are in England. So what they love to do here in England is have a good cup of tea. So we're going to start off with a cup of tea before we start off our adventure. So I want you to come into mountain pose again. And I'm going to face this way. We're going to take a big step back. So the back foot is facing out and the front foot is facing forward. You're going to give yourselves a handle and give yourselves a spout. Some of you might like to sing the Teapot Song here, if you're little. You don't, I know. But here we go. You don't know the Teapot Song? Well, I bet many of you are familiar with the Teapot Song. This is the yoga version. It goes, a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, I reach out. Just tip me over and pour me out. I'm sure many of you know this pose as Trikonasana. We have straight leg in the front, straight leg at the back. Maybe look up towards your hand. Good, and let's come up again. Now one cup of tea is never enough, so we're going to turn that foot in and turn the other foot out. Give yourselves a handle and give yourselves a spout. If you're into maths, you could find many triangles in your pose here. You could draw a line from there to there, find a triangle, from there to there, from there to there. We have a triangle between the legs and another triangle over here. Many triangles. We were learning last week about equilaterals, isosceles, scalene, so you could create all these different triangles with your body. We're not going to sing again, are we? But you can. On my little teapot. Here we go. When, on my little teapot, shoulders down, here's my handle, here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, I reach out, just tip me over and pour me out. Looking up towards that hand, up towards the sky. Strong legs, beautiful poses. And come back, step your feet in And off we go. Right. Perhaps as we make our way out past Buckingham Palace, we could come into our own thrones. So sitting down in our chair pose, sitting down. This is a good one for the thighs. You can really feel the thighs. We could perhaps wave at the Queen. And then from here, we're going to leave England and head to France on a train, on the Eurostar, of course. So you're going to have one person in the front and one person at the back. And you're going to place your hands on the person's rib cage in front of you. Now, if you remember our Hoberman sphere and how this moves, so actually that can be the rib cage in front of you. When the person in front of you breathes in, you'll notice their chest expand as the lungs fill with air and contract as we breathe the air out. We inhale, the ribs contract, expand, and we exhale as those lungs squeeze the air out and the rib cage comes back together. Before we start moving, you might notice that the rib cage is quite slow. It's moving quite slowly. But now we're going to get onto that Eurostar and we're going to travel. And you can go as fast as you like. And around your block, you might be able to go all around your living room or your garden. We're just going around in circles and I'm feeling a little dizzy. So here we are. Let's arrive in Paris and let's say hello to our fellow Parisians. Bonjour. Bonjour. Now, if any of you have been to Paris or ever seen any pictures of Paris, I'm sure you're familiar with a very famous landmark there, the Eiffel Tower. So we're going to open our legs into an open mountain pose, long, strong, and then lift your hands up together. Let your fingers join at the top. Stretch your arms up wide. If that feels uncomfortable in your shoulders, you can always just open your arms, open your shoulders a little bit. Hands together. And let's see if we can breathe in deeply through the nose. And breathe out, maybe for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. Whilst we're sightseeing in Paris, we might also go and visit the Arc de Triomphe. So if there are 2 of you, we can do this. If there's only 1 of you, you can always use the wall as your partner. So placing your hands together and stretching those arms out. Try and be a little further away from each other and really try and stick your hips back and then leaning forward, creating this little arch between us. All right, from here, before we set off, we had a cup of tea in England. I think we should have a baguette while we're here in France, or a croissant. So let's make our ways down to the floor again. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. This is the bottom of the croissant. So firstly, you're going to open it up, lean forward, stretch your arms up. And then we're going to take some butter in each hand, some beurre. Take some butter in your hands and tap it onto the bread. Really tapping. This is a good way to get the circulation moving in your body. Tap, tap, tap. Tapping on the belly. Back to our thymus gland. Tapping for our immune system. Tapping down the arms. Good. Tapping under the arms is a good one too. All the way down the side body. Shoulders, a little more gently when we get to the face, maybe just some finger tapping over the jaw, over the cheeks, over the forehead, and onto the head. And now we're going to reach up and we're going to take some fromage, some brie, some sticky cheese in our hands. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you don't want that, you can always take some jam or honey or whatever you like and lean forward and rub it into your toes. Cheesy toes, lovely. And then massage it into the feet, massage it into the legs, massage it around the kneecap. I wonder if you remember what that was called. Our patella. Massage it into your thighs, into your belly. Take the heel of your hands a gentle little massage in a clockwise direction. Good for that digestive system. Massage into the shoulders, into the other shoulder, down the arms, and into your face. Yeah, massaging it into the face and into the hair, into the head. Good. Let's reach up again. Take the top of the baguette, fold it forward, squeeze it all together, and eating it. All right, there's plenty more we could see in France and other areas we could visit, but we're going to head over to Italy. We're going to get there in a hot air balloon. So coming into heel sitting, we're going to take our arms to the side. We're going to take little sips of air in through the mouth. As we start to fill the balloon, breathe out anytime you need to. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And just breathing normally now as we keep this balloon over our heads. Does anyone know what happens to air when it heats up? What does it do? It rises. It rises. So rise up onto your knees. Rise up onto your feet. And rise up onto your tiptoes as we float our balloon from France all the way over to Italy. And here we arrive in Italy. Buongiorno, buongiorno, Italian friends. So from here we're going to land the balloon in beautiful Venice. See if you can blubber out your lips as you come all the way down, down, down. We're in Venice, and there's all these beautiful canals which are really clearing at the moment. So maybe we'll get onto one of the gondolas and do some rowing. We've done the boat pose a few times before. You can either take your hands behind your knees. Make sure there's nothing behind you. If you do roll back, just make sure there's nothing to bang your head on. So, finding your balance on your tailbones. We're going to lift one foot. We're going to lift the other foot. And then row to the side for this one. So we're going to row to the sides. You might want to sing your rowing song, row, row, row your boat. Or you might like a little Italian operetta, oh solo mio, la 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 la. Sorry to the Italians, that's probably not the words, but that's how it sounds. All right. Okay, so here we are. Now, we can't be in Italy and not have some of their delicious gelato, some yummy ice cream. So last time we did this standing, we made a cone shape with the body. This time we might just have a cup of ice cream. So you can stay sitting, or you could come onto your knees and make a little cone shape with the arms. Good, lifting your arms up, opening your cone wide so you can get a big scoop of ice cream in there. And let me guess, vanilla or different flavor today? Vanilla, open wide, and plop. And I would like some pistachio today, please. Yum. All right. We're also in Italy, so we really should have some pizza. So we're going to make this pizza from scratch today. We're going to take a big bowl. We're going to open up. So open up your legs to create a big bowl in front of you. We're going to pour in some flour. We're going to pour in a little water and a little salt. I think that's about it to make a dough. So we're going to take a big wooden spoon and we're going to stir those ingredients together. Big stirs forward 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other direction. Ooh, this dough's getting really stiff, so you really got to put your body into this one all the way forward. And now we're going to bring the dough ball together, squeeze the dough ball together, so bring your knees nice and close. Might want to tuck your chin in for this one. I'm going to do a little bit of rolling out the dough. So hands behind the knees, tucking the chin in, and we're going to roll backwards and forwards. One more time, backwards and forwards. Oh, go on, one more time. And another one rolling back, up and forth. This little dough ball never made it up again. Now comes the time where we're going to put some toppings on our pizza. So first of all, let's roll it out. So legs in front of you, stretch your arms up, bring your hands down and roll your dough forward. Roll your dough out, rolling, so deepening that stretch. And then this little pizza in front of me is going to get some toppings. So you come and sit in front of me facing that way, facing the other way, so I can do your back. Your back is going to be my pizza. So you come sit here,
yes,
in front of me, facing that way. No, sitting, so I can reach your back. We did another pose, so I think he's thinking of that one, but that one we're going to do when we get to Greece. All right, so here we have our little backs in front of us, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of the tomato sauce and put it on and rub it in. So you're going to rub that tomato sauce into your person's back, rubbing it all the way down. So just warming up the back first. Then, now I actually learned this, there's been some amazing little videos from doctors and nurses this week sharing tips for us during this time. And this was one that they recommended that we do on our children a couple of times a day. We're trying to do it on each other in this house a couple of times a day. It's just to loosen up the lungs and make sure that we try and avoid any congestion forming there at the moment. So it's tapping. So we're going to tap on our cheese now. Tap on that cheese, really moving across the whole area of the upper back where the ribs, the lungs might be. You could come a little lower down. We want to tap the cheese all over this pizza. Okay, so tapping, tapping, tapping. How does that feel?
good.
Good. Now, what else would you like on your pepperoni, sir? On your pepperoni. On your pizza?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, I think he'd like some pepperoni. So we're going to chop some pepperoni. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Maybe some tomato. So we just put on some tomato. And you can just do any kind of movements. You can place whatever you like. Mushrooms, olives. I always like, not mushrooms.
Olives.
I always like a little bit of oregano on mine. So just putting on the herbs on the end. Oh, cachoffee, yes, some artichokes. Oh yeah, we like those. So how should we put them on? Should we chop them? Shall we pat them? Pat them, we like the patting. All right, now he's had that lovely back massage. I would like one too. So now your turn to swap over and you can do it to the other person now. So starting off with the tomato sauce. First rubbing the tomato sauce on the back. That's it, rubbing. Can't really see him behind. Shall we move a little to the side? There he is. Okay, so rubbing that tomato sauce really all through the back, massaging it in. Nice time to connect in with each other. All right, and if you're on your own doing this, you can also always just do it on your legs, on your own chest, on your arms. Let's come to the tapping. Tapping, and remember, try and do this twice a day on each other, all over the area, along the top of the back, along the area where the lungs could be, just preventing any congestion in the lungs at this point, keeping those lungs healthy. Good, it does feel good. Slap, slap, slap. And then I would like some mushrooms on mine, please. If you could chop them up.
Oh, sure.
Chop them. Oh yeah, that feels good. And I might have some tomato slices. Can just pop those on. And some oregano herbs, some little raindrop fingers, putting on those herbs. Maybe you like some salt and pepper on yours. All right, these are going to be delicious. Pop them in the oven. Let's keep them in for 5 breaths, breathing in and out. They are ready to eat. I was pinging with my thing. Reach up, lean forward. And eat your pizza. Delicious. Right, we need to leave Italy. What is our time? Oh my goodness, we've gone way over time today. If you need to leave, just give yourself a little Shavasana. If you want to see where else we're going, we might take another 10 minutes or so. So from here, let's say ciao as we make our way over to Greece. Kalimera, Greek friends. Right, from here, we're going to go in an aeroplane to Greece. So this is a side plank. This is a lovely all-over strengthener for the body, especially good for the core. So it's our plank, as we know. We tuck our toes under, make your body flat like a plank. And then you can drop one knee and open your plank out to the side. Lift that arm up as we fly. If you want to give yourself a little more of a challenge, you're going to lift that knee off the floor and just come into your side plank. Right, let's do the other side. So back into plank. Either lower your knee down. This is not a very sensible outfit to be doing yoga in. Oops. And stretch the other arm up. If your knee's down, you might want to challenge your balance by lifting that back leg up. Or you might want to come into your full plank, side plank, and fly. All right, here we are. Now, when we get to Greece, this is kind of all about the traveling and the food and the languages. So we are here and we're going to make some delicious baklava. So for this one of you can lie down on the mat, across the mat. So your mat is that way, you're going to lie the other way with your head that side, your feet that side. And we're going to chop up some pistachios. Chop, 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 chop. We're going to cut up any other kind of nuts, walnuts, whatever else you'd like to put in. And then we're going to pour over some honey. And then we're going to take our pastry and we're going to fold this little baklava up. Fold him up. There we go. Hang on, staying on your back for a moment. He's already eager to get out.
No, but it hasn't fully gone in.
It's okay. So there we are. You might really like to lay like that in your mat for a moment. Just settle yourselves. If there's two of you, you might want to then help the other person get into their mat. If you're on your own, you can always roll yourself into your mat. It's quite a nice way to be, especially if you're feeling quite energetic and you just can't find a peaceful space in your mind or in your body. Just having your mat over you like that can actually help you to feel really lovely and peaceful and calm. I'd love to see some photographs of some of your baby baklavas. So you can either unroll them or you can give them the challenge of unrolling them. Let's see if he can get out. Rowan can get out. Oh, he's escaped. Little Houdini. Okay, so he's escaped out of his pastry. Swap over if you haven't both had a turn. Okay. Oh, you want me to do it? You're going to roll me up? No? Okay. So, from here, as we're running a little late, we will just fast track this one. So we're going to leave, let's say thank you to our wonderful Greek friends. Efcharisto. And we're going to take a motorbike now. We're going to take our motorbikes all the way to Holland for a lovely friend of mine watching me today. Hello. All right, from here, one of you is going to lay down on your belly. You're going to bend at the knees so that you create a little motorbike seat with your feet. The other person is going to sit on the feet, try not to break them, and take the arms in your hands. We're going to gently lift the shoulders, lift the arms, so you're doing a little mini back bend as we drive our motorbike all the way to Holland. All right, the person who was the motorbike on the floor, you're going to come up into a child pose after we've done a strong back bend like that. It's always good to do a counter pose. And the person who was riding the motorbike, you might like to give them a little massage at this point. Now, we never put our hands on the spine, but we can put our hands on either side of the spine, just easing out the back. And then you swap. So, my turn. All right, so I'm going to lay on my belly. Now, I'm going to bend at the knees and make a little seat with my feet. Oh, this motorbike's a lot higher up. There we go. I'm going to take my arms back. Rowan can take my hands, gently lifting me off the floor. And yeah, we are driving on this motorbike all the way to Holland. All right, so gently letting go. And then coming up into child pose. Now it's my turn for a little. So just gently pushing down, all the way down to the bottom. Especially down at the bottom. That's really nice on that area of the sacrum. Right down, down, down. There we go. And I might just stay here for the next 10 minutes. Ron's like, I don't think so. All right, slowly coming up. Thank you. All right, so it's come to that time of the class where we come into our relaxation. Before we do, let's just take a moment in the beautiful tulip fields in Holland. Oh, we were going to do the windmill too, but we've run out of time, so we'll have to do that next time. See if you can come into this little balancing pose, this balancing flower tulip pose. If you were a tulip, what colour would you be? We just lost a tulip here.
By the wind.
Oh, by the wind. This little tulip was knocked over by the wind. All right, from here, let's make our way into Shavasana. So, slowly, slowly lowering yourself down the mat, back of the head on the floor. And let's just take a moment to rest our bodies. Arms down by your side, back of your head on the floor. Let your feet just flop out to the side. Back of the hands on the floor with your palms facing up towards the sky. Maybe you can just imagine yourself laying in this beautiful field of tulips, surrounded by the most glorious colours, surrounded by flowers as far as the eyes can see. A gentle breeze on your skin, the perfect temperature, the sun shining on you as your body fills with this vital vitamin D, the beautiful scent of flowers in the air. So many colours, vibrant reds and oranges and yellows, purples. You can practically taste the colour. Cherry red, juicy oranges, banana, yellow, purple, blueberries, raspberries. Notice the heaviness of your heels on the floor, where your legs, your lower back, your shoulder blades, back of your hands, arms and back of your head all make contact with the floor beneath you. The earth is just holding you, supporting you in this moment so you can truly just let go. Enjoy this moment of silence, of stillness, of peace and calm. We've moved our bodies in all ways as we travelled from England to France, to Italy, to Greece and Holland today. Sending love to all the beautiful people in all those countries and all the other countries around the world. Sending peace. See if you can really become still while all the benefits of those poses work through the body. So very gently now, holding on to this peaceful, calm feeling in body, mind, heart, spirit. Let's gently wiggle our fingers and our toes, sliding the heels towards your sitting bones. Allow your knees to gently drop over to one side. Roll over onto that side of your body and make a little pillow with your hands. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then use the top hand to slowly roll yourselves up again. Slowly roll yourselves up. Making your way back into your comfortable sitting position that we started in. With your hands resting on your knees. Lovely long, tall back. Closing, or your eyes can be open or closed. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your hands together in front of your hearts. The goodness in me sees and honors the goodness in you. Thank you for joining us today, myself, Bryony, and Rowan from YogaBeez. If you didn't get the full class, you can always find it later on YouTube. And we will be back on Thursday at 3 p.m. So lovely to see all of your names and your little waves popping up. Really enjoy spending this time together. So thank you so much for joining us, and lots of love to all the friends and the regulars and the children who practice yoga with me and all the new people. Thank you so much. Lots of love.